The behavior management processes that we set up in our own classrooms are key to our students' learning. When thinking about our management plan, we can aim for more than keeping a classroom under control. Look for ways to establish a positive classroom culture that is built upon strong relationships and enhancing capacity. Classroom norms, when focused on relationship building, can have amazing results for students. Try to develop norms that support a positive classroom culture that is proactive as opposed to reactive. For instance, use restorative circles or dialogue circles to promote positive behavior and strengthen relationships with and amongst our students. Look for the good and try not to phrase everything as "don't." Students will be more open to cooperate with us if we acknowledge the behaviors we want to see equally or more than those that are problematic. Seek out ways to support students through consistency and routine. Students that can anticipate and understand expectations can be active participants in guiding the class to have success.
When establishing classroom norms with students, I always make sure that they first know the reason why we're setting up the norms. And then also I make sure that they are included in setting up what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And then finally, I make sure that I periodically review the classroom norms to make sure that they're still working. Because just like people change, sometimes the norms need to change and adapt as well.
Our aim is to create positive classroom cultures that are built upon strong relationships. To allow for this, here are some ideas to put into practice during times of stress or when faced with students showing challenging behaviors. When faced with a challenging situation involving only one student, refrain from penalizing the entire class. Create a safe space, such as a class peace corner, where students can go and de-escalate challenging situations. Use solutions-based practices like conflict resolution protocols to support students through disagreements. Like with everything else, it's important that we are flexible. When it comes to our classroom management norms, what matters is that we keep in mind the kind of classroom culture we want to cultivate, and then adjust to the needs of a child or a project. Taking time to reflect and evaluate our own classroom management style is crucial for our own development during the academic year. You might even consider videotaping different parts of the day that are more challenging than others. Then review the tape, noting challenging or positive behaviors, as well as our response to them. Otherwise, if we don't need to provide direct instruction during that time, we could sit on the edge of the room for an observation session and record notes that will help us get to the why of the increase in challenging behaviors. We may also consider inviting other educators into our classroom and asking them to give feedback on some specific classroom management strategies.
Classroom management seems to be something we can all struggle with from time to time, but I found that establishing clear routines and procedures can go a long way in preventing classroom management issues. And I feel that spending time to know my students' interests so that I can plan the right kinds of learning experiences results in the investment that I need from students. So they get so caught up in the learning that they don't have time to go off track.
Whatever our style as classroom managers, it's important that we keep in mind the vision of a positive culture in our classroom and foster and align all of our classroom management norms to this vision.